Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews, and this is Generation X Politics. And this video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous, and here's her story. Hi, Ollie. Please keep me anonymous. I've wanted to tell the story of my stalker for a long time, but there are so many layers I'm not sure I can assemble them correctly, so I'll try my best. I'll call her Hannah. I met Hannah when she was working with me in a medical setting. She was fun and funny to hang out with. We hit it off, and I was in my early 20s. We started going out together with another work friend. We met a few guys and started hanging out with them. They were in the Army. The one I was hanging out with was married. The guy she was seeing told her, but she didn't tell me. Oh, okay. Nothing happened, but she knew I was hanging out with a married man and didn't tell me. I guess that was red flag number one, I'll say. I ended up losing some weight and started getting most of the attention out of the group we hung out with. Guys would approach me first. I was naive and didn't notice what was going on. She started to want to keep me away from guys who she met. Also, see, and what she was doing there, she was actually sabotaging your ability. Okay. See, she didn't tell you the guy was married because she didn't want you to compete for a guy who was actually the guy she wanted. It's all sabotage. I mean, this is the games that women and girls have been running on each other forever. Also, several times she would know guys were interested in me and not tell me until we had left the bar or whatever. She would also talk badly about any guy I was interested in. So basically trying to keep me away from guys, period. One day she started excluding me from going out and basically told me I was the pretty friend and that she wanted to hang out without me so she could get attention. Wow, at least she told you. This is another example, okay, and I did a video a while back, okay, titled, when the narcissist puts the writing on the wall, believe them, okay? There are times where the narcissist just puts it right out there. They tell you what they're, believe it. I was shocked because I really hadn't dated all that much. My luck never seemed good as long as she was around. I was also hurt. I remember ending the friendship with her the first time while she was working my second job on the retail floor. I was done and hurt. My life went on and I always easily made other friends. I had begun hanging out with new crowds. I struck up a casual friendship with a guy. He ended up dying 3 months later. Ugh. Little did I know, Hannah had been Facebook stalking me while I was friends with this guy. I ended up becoming friends with her again briefly. Again, she already told you how she operates, how she thinks, what she's willing to do in order to sabotage your personal life, your relationships, your ability to find somebody to be happy with. She's already put the writing on the wall, okay? But yet you go back time and time and time again because obviously there's other issues that allowed you to become susceptible to this type of person. She knew all about how I was friends with this guy. I guess that was another red flag. She had been watching me. We ended up going our separate ways again. This time we got into a big fight. This time the friendship was over for good. Little did I know she remained on the periphery of my life. At this point, we had only been friends for a few years. Understand something. Stalkers are forever. Because they're narcissists, they're sociopaths. They have an agenda that's self-fulfilling, that is selfish and irrational and manipulative. Okay? Though you may not see your stalker, okay, and they may not be there, understand they are always going to stalk you in some way, shape, or form. Always, always, always. And especially now in 2020, 2021, with technology being what it is, I mean, this is the reality of it. At this point, we had only been friends for a few years. It doesn't matter. When that obsession kicks in, it's instantaneous. It's instant. Like from that moment on, you're marked. That's it. Mainly because we work together on your end. On her end, it's coming from a completely different perspective. I forgot to mention I briefly lived with her cousin, who I'll call Humpty Dumpty. Both HD and Hannah were skanks and hooked up with guys recklessly, to the point where they relied on Plan B as birth control. I only lived with Humpty Dumpty for a few months. Well, you didn't have to tell me. You didn't have to tell me they were skanks for me to know that they were skanks, because it's obvious women who do this, they do it again because they have no value in their own self, other than who wants to bang them, who wants to have sex with them. That's it. That is the only place they find value, in themselves. So therefore, every other woman is competition to them. It's all about competition for, I'll say it again, dick and attention. So anyway, Hannah ended up trying to talk to my brother on a dating site. He wasn't interested, and I think he thought it was kind of weird. She also ended up trying to hit on my younger cousin. I didn't think this was weird yet. Why? I mean, she's... How do you not see any of this as weird? Maybe because she's just such a hose bag, you know. Eventually, I guess she's going to go through everyone. One day at work at a new job not associated with Hannah, a coworker came up to me and told me she knew my friend Hannah. I was shocked. How did she know where I worked? At this point, I started to get a little weirded out. This person was a medical professional. This was my job. I hadn't spoken to Hannah in years, and I kept private on my socials because I had a lot of trouble at work. I didn't put on Facebook where I worked. Fast forward some years, but understand, they're stalkers. They're stalkers. They do Google searches on you, LinkedIn searches on you. They pull documents on you. They're stalkers. They're stalkers. See, you're coming at this from a rational perspective. Okay, where you're not going to sit there and try to dig up dirt, and you're not going to do it. They are. Fast forward some years, I find out Hannah is friends with my narc cousin and her husband. She definitely hadn't met them while we were friends. My narc cousin is like 10 years older than me, but okay. To make it more and more weird, her husband is way older than her. And here they are hanging out and partying with my former friend. At this point, it was a little annoying, but I genuinely thought maybe they were actual friends. I know they are all into swinging, so I immediately knew that was the connection. Gross. Not to mention, batshit crazy Humpty Dumpty, who is Hannah's cousin, is also now in my cousin's social circle. This gets around toxic family. Humpty Dumpty and Hannah are now going to my cousin's house for Christmas parties, etc., as well as nights on the town proudly displayed on Facebook. I still don't care. Why would I care? At this point, I figure Humpty Dumpty and Hannah are just trying to get my attention, or are just genuinely friends with my cousin. Only now I am constantly forced to hear about these women from my narc mother and grandmother who enjoy rubbing this in my face. It had been like 10 years since I'd seen either of them. Pardon me. I thought I muted all this. You know, the key to this is the swinging, right? If they're meeting up on like swing sites, and that's the connection. And it makes even more sense. I mean, what better place for a hose bag to end up but in swinger culture? It doesn't stop there. I wish it did. And what you're saying about your mother and grandmother shoving this in your face and your family openly accepting it, believe me, Hannah has been updating them on the situation. The reason why you're susceptible to Hannah is because what you just said about your mother and grandmother. It's obviously the abuse you endured at the hands of your own family. It doesn't stop there. I wish it did. My narc mom wanted to desperately be liked and accepted by my narc cousin, added Hannah on Facebook. Keep in mind, my narc mother hated Hannah while we were friends. Been there, done that. I tried to pretend I didn't care. I had just gotten my foot in the door of my career. My mother was now Facebook friends with my stalker. She told her exactly where I worked and my job title, as if she didn't have enough nerve. She had the nerve to complain to me that my narc cousin wasn't fazed by her becoming friends with Hannah. She literally tried to be cool by becoming friends with Hannah and then telling narc cousin that she knew Hannah. Then came back to me and told me that narc cousin didn't care. She was upset that narc cousin didn't care. Again, all of this is the narcissist just putting the writing on the wall about where you are in life, where you are in the family, what your status is. And again, you're not taking the clues that your own family's telling you, that Hannah's telling you, Humpty Dumpty's telling. I mean, they're out there just putting it in your face. Listen to them. So by now I've had a mental breakdown and started therapy because my freaking mother befriended my stalker and was now gushing about her on Facebook, life updates, and marriage, etc. I was being filled in on every detail. I couldn't take it. I drove to Narc Mother's home one day while she was away, logged into her Facebook account, and blocked Hannah. Bye-bye, Hannah. No, what you should have done is blocked your mother, blocked everybody. The writing is on the wall. You think you're going to, by going in and blocking your mother's face, well, you're not. You're not fixing the problem. You're trying to put your finger in the hole of the dike that's about to burst. No, you can no. You're not dealing with the problem. The problem is your mother, is your family doing this to her. Fuck Hannah. Hannah's a nobody. Yeah, it's annoying. She's a stalker. She's jealous of you. It's out of jealousy. The problem is your family doing this to you. Narc mother called me and cried about Hannah disappearing from Facebook. LOL. This still isn't the end. I wish it was. You're not dealing with the problem by going in. Yeah, it's funny, my friend. No, but you're not dealing with the issue. The issue is your whole family is toxic. This still isn't the end. I wish it was. Humpty Dumpty begins an affair with a family member. So now it's been probably 15 years since I've had any contact with either of these women. And I'm still hearing about HD's affair with my family member and how it didn't happen. LOL. I literally never have brought this up. This gets brought up constantly if I do talk to any family, which you shouldn't be doing whatsoever. You really should, whatsoever. I'm still no contact with them, but I talk to my grandmother once in a while. As it stands, my toxic aunts and grandmother love Humpty Dumpty and would love for a family member to marry her and leave his wife. LOL. Remember, Plan B was her birth control. No thanks. I have not said one word in response to Hannah or Humpty Dumpty becoming so enmeshed in my family. I don't give it any attention. I thought narcs were supposed to go away or get bored if their target doesn't play along. Well, this is a stalker narc. I mean, this is stalker. This is obsession. And why would she go away? She knows she's torturing you. She knows this bothers you. Because you're still, on some level, trying to interact with your family. When the answer should be, you know what? Fuck all of you. You all can have each other, and block them all. Nope, they are so obsessed with me and my family they aren't going anywhere. I guess if Hannah couldn't have my attention, she settled for the attention of my family. And my sick, toxic family loving the fact that she's my ex-friend while they're playing along. And if they can ruin family members, family, and life, they're going to take that person. If they can ruin family members, family, and life, they're going to take that person down too. Anonymous. Well, you're allowing yourself to be taken down by this because you're still having some sort of contact with any of these people after all this time. You know, Humpty Dumpty and Hannah aren't your problem. They never were. They never were. Your family's the problem. Making it about Humpty Dumpty and them, they're a symptom of your family. They're a symptom of you not reading the writing on the wall, because the narcs in your life put the writing right out there. They tell it to you. They tell it to you. I've done videos about this in the past. These are different types of narcs. There are some that are just so bold and brazen, they tell you. Listen to them. Hannah and Humpty Dumpty are not your problem. They are a symptom of it. They are a symptom of you not reading the writing on the wall. So, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for your contribution and story, Anonymous. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to have a private video made, or you'd like to set up a Skype or phone call, or you'd just like to make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. This channel is 100% demonetized from YouTube, so without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Generation X Politics. Thank you.